welcome to the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We're here to have candid discussions to cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to matter of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by clicking that link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about the value of your inner circle, but this week we're going to discuss friendship with this week's topic, male and female friendships. Can you really just be friends? We have an all-star cast. We have my always positive co-host, Preach, respectfully, of course, Kit Kat, and this week's, for our special guest, Uriah. Let's find out how the panel feels about male-female friendships. But before we get started, all that I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. First things first, I'm going to let you guys in the box to introduce yourself, and then we will get started. And hopefully they are here. Oh, of course they're not. Hi! We got one.
What it do?
Oh, no, he didn't. I hate him right now. Well, we got Uriah here. We got Uriah. He for the sheets, y'all. He for the Red Room tonight, though. That's all right. Kit Kat, go ahead and request the box, and then we will get started. You would. You would. I needed that laugh though, okay? It takes down the nervousness, all right.
Tired of people lying on me, man. I'm not for the streets.
Well, hello, Kit Kat. We are polite here in the Red Room, so I will let you introduce yourself first, because ladies always go first. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself on the Tagged app, and yeah, what you got going
on? I've been on Tagged on and off for like 5 years, but I just started back like a month ago. I don't know. What else you want to know? I'm a Libra.
Well, welcome. I appreciate you, y'all. She came in clutch tonight and stood in, so I appreciate you for that.
Hey, mistress.
Well, for the sheets, a.k.a. Uriah, the troll of Tagged, y'all. Introduce yourself.
My name Uriah, a.k.a. Uriah the Guy, local troll. I like long walks on the beach and basketball. And that's it. I didn't have no introduction. Come on with it.
What's up, good people? Jen, it's always a pleasure being here. Thank you so much. My name is respectfully Preach Prime. It's really Preach Positive, but I just got my 3 milli took, so I'm rocking that for a little minute. You can catch me on Wednesdays. I do a little walk through the Word. It's my form of a Bible study at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday, and I am one of the new co-hosts of the Red Room Talk, and we here. Finally, we returned.
Finally. Y'all, it is the triumphant return of the Red Room Talk. We took a little break because we need to do that sometimes. But I am the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't find me on Saturdays, I don't have nothing else to say anymore. Well, you can find me on Saturdays and late nights and early mornings, y'all. But we do have some content coming up, y'all. We will be bringing a show called Jenny Springer to the app, y'all. I'm announcing it right here, right now. We will be having the new show, Jenny Springer, coming at you pretty soon here. So, yeah, look out for that. And then make sure y'all check out jensjuicebox.com for Red Room Talk merch. Yeah. So we ready to get started, y'all? All right. The age-old question of whether men and women can be just friends delves into complexities of human relationships, societal norms, and individual experiences. While some argue the inherent sexual attraction complicates platonic friendships, others contend that a strong emotional connection and mutual respect can pave the way for genuine camaraderie, free from romantic entanglement. As modern society continues to challenge traditional gender roles and explore the dynamics of friendship, the answer may ultimately hinge on personal boundaries, communication, and the unique chemistry between individuals. So the first question is,
What defines the boundaries of a platonic friendship between individuals of the opposite sex?
Say that. Barely heard that. Can you say that again?
Yeah, I got you. What defines the boundaries of a platonic friendship between individuals of the opposite sex?
It's on me first.
whoever wants to grab it.
What defines the boundaries? I feel like that depends on the two individuals involved. Every relationship is going to be different. I've been able to be platonic with certain people, and some people I just could not do it. It was like some secret plot and stuff. Everybody know about that, waiting for your opportunity type shit. And I've been on both sides. I feel like it definitely depends on the two individuals involved and the level of attraction between those two. The end. Yeah.
Kick it.
I think it's okay to have friends, like that are platonic. That if you're not like if your boyfriend is not jealous and shit.
Yeah.
But like, so what kind of boundaries would you have then?
What kind of boundaries I would have? Boundaries like I would have. I don't know. I wouldn't like make all these rules. Like I can't think of it. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
So I can't. I want to like. I agree. You're right. You know what I'm saying. It definitely depends on the personnel. You know what I'm saying. Because I have friends that we kept it platonic, but then also too like that pending moment on when the opportunity gonna open up. You feel me? So it's like. But I think that's the thing, though. It's the boundary set that allows that to be forced. Because if boundaries are set, we have that conversation. Doesn't matter who's attracted to who. We can stay at that place because we have that boundary set. So I mean, and some of those boundaries is like, you know, we can't. If we watch a movie together, we can't come. We can't sit too close. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me. I'm going to want a leg over my leg or something. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no spending the night. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't spend the night.
Ain't no spend the night bag. Dang, okay.
You can bring it, but you gonna take the room. I'll be in the living room, or you gonna have somewhere close. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be that form of separation so we don't cross any boundaries. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because if not, then it's liable to go down. So.
For sure. So for me, definitely physical contact. You know, no kissing, hand holding, friends with benefit type situations. We're gonna side hug like a mug. Definitely give each other enough space in the couch. We're not sitting too close. And avoid conversations that can be flirtatious. Like I can't even low key flirt with you. And if you're traveling together, you're gonna stay in separate rooms. I mean, if we're not separate rooms, definitely you're sleeping on that bed, and don't touch me. And I think that's really like for me, that's should be pretty easy, and definitely, I don't know if I could be just friends. Like, I'm not saying I can't really have any attraction to you. I'm gonna be honest. There will be zero like attraction to you, or I'll shut that. Like it would have to have that part like shut off to you. Like I feel like there could be zero attraction for that to work. But definitely, yeah. Do y'all have anything to add to that? Okay.
Well, I was like, can we really like turn that off though? Like your attraction for somebody that can be cut off?
Oh, no.
I mean,
Yeah, like, cause if, okay, so like for instance, like, okay, let's say you know a shorty like she's bad, like bad, but you're a homie with her. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you know she bad, but that's got to be cut off because it's the homie's girl, right? I mean, so essentially, you could cut it off. Maybe I think you can cut it off. It's still the thought gonna be there,
Right.
but
Agreed.
it's the action that's gonna be permitted. You're not gonna hear about it. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I think you can, and maybe it's just different for me, but I feel like you can be a physically attractive person, but there's still like that attraction part. Like, if I was attracted to you in any way from the gate, you wouldn't be just my friend. Like, I would probably say some stuff. I don't think I could be just your friend, and I would have to know that those lines can't be blurred to be just your friend, because I'm probably going to say something. And then if we get to that point where like we're in close quarters, it's gonna end up going somewhere if I'm physically attracted to you. Now it would be. We'll talk about that other part later. But being in a relationship and having opposite sex friend is a little different too. But we'll talk about that later in the show. But it definitely is different. But if I know some of y'all, I just can't be your friend. Okay. But anyway, if y'all are just pulling up, we have so much more to come, y'all. You can find us here every what?
every Saturday.
Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk, y'all. We just discussed what defines boundaries of a platonic friendship between individuals of the opposite sex. But now I want to dig a bit deeper. The question of whether a friendship between individuals of the opposite sex can endure without evolving into romance invites exploration of the complexities of human relationships. While many friendships thrive on shared interest and mutual support without romantic entanglements, the dynamics of attraction and emotional intimacy can introduce tension that complicates these bonds. As friends navigate life's challenges and milestones together, the potential for deeper feelings may emerge, leading to questions about the sustainability of platonic relationships. This premise encourages an examination of the psychological and social factors that influence friendship longevity and the spectrum of emotions that can arise between friends of different genders. So the next question is,
Can a friendship between individuals of the opposite sex last over the long term without evolving into a romantic relationship? Or are there natural stages that lead to romantic tension?
My opinion is I feel like it depends on circumstances. I've had two different occasions where I was friends with a person of opposite sex for 10 plus years, and it stayed platonic 90% of that relationship. We did slip in between being single and stuff like that. But eventually it came to a choice. She felt like I should have chose her, and she was the one sitting under my nose the whole time, and and it definitely caused some hostility, and we ended up sleeping together. I'm not gonna say she forced me, but it was definitely pressured, and we're no longer friends today. I wish I would have valued the friendship more and stuck it out, but it just didn't seem optional. Circumstances definitely changed. While she was in a relationship, I don't think she was thinking about it whatsoever, and vice versa. But circumstances change. You start to see the love you have for that person, the chemistry, the vibe, and you feel like that can be a great relationship. I mean, even though it is a relationship already, you feel like it can go further, and sometimes that it don't always work. I'm against sleeping with friends now. I'm gonna say that.
No,
I'm against it.
I agree 1,001%. Especially on that last part, that sleeping with friends, like, and I think that comes with the development of discernment. Like that's easy to do nowadays. We have so much conversation with each other that compatibility, the chemistry, and then if we stray away from the sexual orientation of things, then we have no choice but to look at each other differently. Like, hey, he ain't never tried. He ain't never tried not one time. He believed in all the same thing, laughing at my jokes, all the good stuff. It always sounds good, right? So I feel like you can. I can. You have to be very intentional with how you move in your friendship. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand what that person is inside your life. And sometimes, because of loneliness and failed relationships, people tend to look differently. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, with the developed discernment, might being mindful of who people are supposed to be inside your life, because you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I've been in that same situation. You're right. I've lost good friendships based off of lack of self control in the situation where we lost the sight of the greater good of what we established. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible that a friendship can last for longevity, even if you're in a relationship. I know we're about to get to that, but it can, because there's a lot of things that tend to interrupt that friendship. But if there's an intentionality behind it, self control, yeah, it can definitely do that without it turning into a romantic tension. But it takes a focus, for sure.
I guess I'll go ahead and answer. I don't know where. If anyone wants to jump in, female, please, you could request the box. I'm gonna be honest. I actually had a male friend, and I wanted to keep it just friends, but he was like completely in love with me. And I thought that I could still like put them boundaries up and be like, no, we can't do this, or like, there's never anything. And I wasn't attracted to them, unfortunately. I mean, if they were attracted to me, maybe it could have been something more, but I just wasn't attracted to them. And so like they kept trying to push that envelope, and then so I said, like, look, if you can't just be my friend, like, we can't be friends. And they're like, no, I can, let's just be friends and blah blah blah. But anytime we were in like close quarters, like, he tried to kiss me, and I was like, and I completely like shuddered, because I'm like, man, like, I hate it, because they were such a great friend. But I knew that, like, it was never going to be anything. Ty, Lord. But I knew it was never going to be anything for me, but they couldn't keep the two separate, the friendship and whatever their attraction was. So I ultimately had to basically back off and end the friendship, because I can't, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. And I was very honest about my feelings, that I really only wanted friendship, and they didn't. So I had to be like, okay, look, we can't talk like that. And it upset them, it hurt them, because we had been friends for a really long time. But I knew, like, as long as, they were in love with me, it was never going to work out. And they even were with someone and still was like in love with me, and I couldn't. So
Red flag, man.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Is it just, when you go through something like that, do you question the friendship for its entirety?
Oh yeah, because it's like, dang, have you just really been waiting this whole time to just kind of get in there? Like, you just thought, like, okay, if I just bide my time, she'll be vulnerable enough at some point. Because for me, like, I had went to them, I remember, and I had went through a breakup, and I was like really sad, and I had like drove to them for a couple hours to like go see them so they could make me feel better, like, just as my friend, as friends do. And they tried to kiss me, and I'm like, bro, like, what the heck? I'm like, you're trying to take advantage of a vulnerable moment. Like, you are a weak man. Like, why would you do that when like, I'm coming to you for that, like, friendship, and then you try to kiss me in a vulnerable moment, and you got a girl at home. Like, so I finally, that was the last time that I had seen them in person, because I was like, I can't do that. First of all, I'm not that woman. I'm not second runner-up to anyone. And if you're in love with me, you shouldn't be with her anyways. And thirdly, I told you already, I'm not attracted to you. I don't like you like that, so you gotta back off. Like, and so they got upset, but I had to cut the friendship off, because I set a boundary, and now you've crossed it twice. So at that point, I had to stick to my guns and be like, look, I can't be your friend like that no more. Like, hey, I can, I'll post on your Facebook for your birthday. Happy birthday, bro. But outside of that, we can't be in close quarters at all, because you can't, keep your lips to yourself. You need some chapstick. But anyways, if any female wants to jump in, y'all can jump in, but we're gonna have to move on. So
What was that?
when you hear that sound, that means we are at our hot seat question segment. Oh, she's back. Hold on. The skirt back.
Sorry.
It's okay. We'll just go ahead and move on to the hot seat question, y'all. So now you might be in the hot seat, y'all.
Shit.
Shh, crap. When you hear that sounds, we're at our hot seat question segment. Our hot seat question is now left up to the fate of the audience. That's right. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question. If you want your question to be featured on next week's episode, make sure you go to my profile, click that icon, and follow me. That icon makes you follow me on Instagram and look up for that hot seat question post. Now is the time to enter in the comments who on the panel you want to answer tonight's question before I reveal it.
A lot of juice boxes in the comments.
Oh, you're trying to put it on me? Oh, I can answer the question, Lord. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
A lot of juice boxes. I do not remember you asking for those.
Oh, I do. Listen, they know. Listen, my people know it's the juice box. Oh, so we saying gin? Okay, we got two juice boxes. We got gin. Oh, y'all trying to put it on me tonight? Okay. Okay.
I like this.
I don't think they've really ever asked me to do the hot seat, do they? Oh, we got to preach.
Too late, PRL. So
My student. Ooh, we got another preach. It's tied, y'all. Listen, we got Jen to preach. Oh, we got some more juice boxes, y'all. Oh, we got another preach. Hold on, y'all. It might be a tiebreaker, so you better open your mouth too soon, sir.
Make it a hot love seat or something with two seats.
Okay, how about this? How about we both answer the question since we got one male, female, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this week, someone wrote in and asked, if you've been physically intimate, do you think you can be just friends after?
Oh, wait.
Oh, no, you can't answer now, sir. See, you played yourself. You played yourself.
Man, I tell her to come in here. It used to be a great conversation.
All right, ladies first.
You can go ahead first.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I can go first. Okay, yes. I genuinely think if you were to have a sexual interaction that you could. 9 times out of 10, one of the people in that situation probably lacked in the sex area, which is why it's going to be okay to be friends, because they weren't trying to deal with it. Now, this is the problem with that, though. If you were to maintain a friendship and you were to get into a relationship, with the transparency and honesty in the person that you're dating, that'd probably come up, and that's automatically a red flag for that friendship. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, you can continue in friendship. Highly unlikely, but if you were to, and then another relationship came up, that friendship probably got to be dead anyway. So, there's my answer. Yes, it's possible.
Oh, y'all, I don't like that.
Hot.
Not that I've ever done this, but hypothetically, I'm lying. I can't lie to y'all. Yes, I've been friends with someone who I've been physically intimate with before, but once I was in a relationship that had to be deaded. But that's for me because out of respect for my person, I felt like, because I knew that attraction was there, especially because that was like the, dang, I don't want to say this out loud. It was like the best. So, this is hot seat tonight, boy. I did not think y'all was gonna ask me this one. So, when I got into a relationship, I had to cut that off because I knew my next wasn't.
So like that was the best, and then like you got into this relationship. So like when you realized that the relationship wasn't the best, it was.
Well, I mean, this is so bad right now. I hope you know, and I hope you are watching this. Because listen, sir, some things was like, okay, dang it, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, there you have it, people. Yes, you can be friends after, just not when you're in a relationship. So yeah, you have to cut that off.
Ooh, that was good. That's good.
This is so bad right now, y'all. Oh, this is being recorded, y'all, live right now. But so yeah, I had to cut that friendship off. Um, but they kind of always, yeah. So that's next question. If y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You guys haven't missed much. We still have a lot more to discuss. Thank you, Jesus. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed a whole lot of stuff, like what defines the boundaries of platonic
Just like
friendship
now, is that
between.
friendship back?
What?
Facts, business.
What?
Is that friend back now?
Is it-
Now that you're
Anyways, can a friendship between individuals of the opposite sex last over the long term without evolving into a romantic relationship? Oh, caca. But now let's talk about a difficult situation outside of that one, okay? Jealousy and insecurity in relationships, whether romantic. Go ahead, preach, because I can't.
Jealousy and insecurities in a relationship, whether romantic or platonic, can significantly impact opposite sex friendships by creating tension and distrust. When one partner feels insecure, it often leads to a heightened jealousy, which can prompt them to scrutinize the dynamics of their partner's friendships with individuals of the opposite sex. This scrutiny can generate feelings of resentment and unease, ultimately resulting in restrictions or disapproval regarding those friendships. I love your verbiage right here. I mean, like, for real. As a result, the trust and openness necessary for healthy relationships may be compromised, potentially straining or even severing the bond between the friends involved. Thus, one partner's jealousy can indeed disrupt and alter the nature of the opposite sex friendships, highlighting the delicate balance between personal insecurities and social connections. So, next question is, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. How do jealousy and insecurity in relationships, romantic or platonic, affect opposite sex friendships? Can one partner's jealousy disturb a friendship? And Kit Kat says, back. Go ahead and bust that down.
Goddamn. Oh.
Yeah, if you have a significant other who's always jealous and always questioning, then like it not that it would hurt the friendship, but it would hurt the relationship.
So do you feel like but the friendship can survive even like with your partner being jealous or insecure? And the friendship still be good?
With me, I think the relation like the friendship can survive, but like that's a problem for the relationship. Like with the person who's getting jealous that they're not trusting me or whatever.
Okay.
I agree. My friendship has survived a bunch of relationships. I feel like the insecurities never really came about until we were all in close quarters together, and the fact that we interacted so well, it makes people uneasy. Even people I'm not in a relationship with, if you watch us interact, you think we're dating. Like you just think that just because it's just so free and natural and happy and no drama. It's almost perfect. And that can definitely cause a lot of jealousy. I think she made it through my my 6 relationships, and I think that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. To have longevity with a person of the opposite sex for that long, and have poor choice and other women while you're dating, it can look like you standing right by the one. It can look like that sometimes. Because she's surviving through all this. She understands everything. She she got my back. She funny. Everything is perfect. It's hard to it's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with that. Yeah, it's hard. But yeah, I feel like friendships can withstand way more than relationships because you have to follow those said boundaries in a relationship to protect the other person's feelings or whatever. I don't know if you can make somebody feel 100% secure, um, especially if they're dealing with their own stuff. I don't think you can do that.
I agree. I don't think you can either. I mean, it takes a level of understanding with oneself. You know what I'm saying? Because you, at the end of the day, you gotta know that you solid at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's insecure or jealous, like, you gotta be okay. Because like it's like, especially us as streamers, you know what I'm saying? That draws a lot of insecurity naturally because it's just a whole bunch of everybody flocking towards you. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough off top. You know what I'm saying? So whoever you're dealing with has to have a form of security within themselves. But that also warrants like how you maneuver in that aspect. As a single man streaming, it's gonna look completely different as me being in a relationship because there's a certain level of respect that has to be there. And I haven't seen a boundary that I've set like intentionally get crossed. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of things because especially when it comes to the women that I've dealt with, I mean with boundaries being set and reassurance along with communication and the performance, like there's no room for things to go bad, but you know it does. So it's gonna. I mean, the friendship is always gonna make it. It's always the relationship that's gonna go. Like Kit Kat said, it's the relationship that's gonna suffer the most because friendships are understanding. Because when you put that title of relationship on it, that's when everything hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? As a friend, what am I gonna hold like? You know what I'm saying? We're friends. I can't get mad at that. You know what I'm saying? That's when everybody is level headed when you got that friendship title. When that friendship turned into you mine, quote unquote, over with. It's over with. It's over. You know what I'm saying? You titles, that's what I title today. As soon as they get them, it applies so much pressure unnecessarily.
Oh, for sure. I swear I probably had more men hit on me as a taken woman than as a single woman. It's like when I'm single, it's like. But when I'm taken, y'all be trying to hit me like Stevie Wonder with a baseball bat. But I'm gonna be honest. Actually, Mistress there in the comments can tell you I have zero jealousy. Now I'm gonna be honest. When I seen her name in the beginning, with my previous relationship, I seen her name. I said, "Oh no, you can't be friends with no heifer named Mistress, okay? Because ain't no mistresses here, okay." But I can be honest and tell you that she actually restored my faith in womanhood because I had a lot of insecurities when it came to women. You know, I had a best friend that actually tried to sleep with my ex-husband. And so I had a lot of distrust with women. Women have done a lot of backhanded things to me. And so she kind of restored that faith. Like, she was literally like, has lifted me up from the day she met me. Like, I could tell you she's been there from day one and very much saved my life in so many ways. Like, y'all, I really have no clue. So maybe for a moment I had that insecure moment knowing that their best friend was a female. But I also had a male best friend. Now, on the other hand, was there insecurities there? Oh, I very much believe so because I feel like men have this like thing where it's almost like this is their domain. And if another man enters this, like they, anytime like a man would give me like advice or something like, oh, will you take their advice and you don't take mine? Or, well, sometimes people say things differently, it's not always just because they're a male thing, like I think that like dominance can have like a play with that as far as the male gender. Maybe it was just them. Not sure. But I don't think I really had that. Now, did I have boundaries as far as, yeah, like mistress is your friend, that's your female, but can new female come in and be your bestie and you hang out with them and talk to them on the phone and FaceTime and all that? Oh, hell no. No. No, there's boundaries there. So you have to set clear boundaries, I think, for there to be like that opposite sex friendship dynamic and be in a relationship. Now, I knew mistress, like I would have trusted her behind closed doors with them because I knew there was like zero attraction there. So for me, like I would okay with that. But now, with some other heifer, probably no. Probably no. But yeah, it can happen. I mean, it just really depends on how your communication is and the boundaries that you set. I mean, would there ever be a time that I'd be like, oh, can my man go out with this person without me, and y'all are going out all night, and no, it's probably not going to. Yeah. Do y'all have anything else to say?
I was wondering.
Yeah, I would be mad. I would be mad if they got like a new bestie out of nowhere.
Right, because I've never heard it. Now that when you start hearing about
Thank you.
females or something that you've never heard of and we've never discussed and talked about, how is this your bestie, how is this your friend, and I've never heard about them, because I am very open and honest about all my friends. That's a no for me, dog, for sure. But if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Red Room Talk, y'all. We just discussed what defines the boundaries of a platonic friendship. Can a friendship between individuals of the opposite sex last over long term without evolving? Blah, blah, blah. How do jealousy and insecurity in relationships affect opposite sex friendships? And now I want to talk about a specific scenario. In scenarios where one friend develops romantic feelings while the other does not reciprocate, the ethical implications center around honesty, emotional sensitivity, and the preservation of the friendship. The friend without romantic feelings must navigate the situation with care, balancing the need for transparency about their own feelings, with the obligation to consider the emotional impact on their friend. Responsibilities include expressing their feelings respectfully, of course, ensuring open communication, and being supportive without leading the other friend on. Ultimately, they must strive to maintain trust and respect in the friendship while addressing any potential hurt caused by unrequited feelings. So the next question is...
Scenarios where one friend develops romantic feelings, what are the ethical implications and responsibilities of the friend who does not share those feelings? I'm gonna read that one more time for myself. In scenarios where one friend develops romantic feelings, what are the ethical implications and responsibilities of the friend who does not share those feelings? That's what we have the question.
If you don't have feelings for them, don't like lead them on or like mess around with them. Like you might just tread lightly.
In my opinion, well, in my experiences, once feelings are expressed, it's pretty much over. In my experiences, and I say that because I watched the relationship change. The advice wasn't different. The laughs wasn't different. I mean, it was different. I started feeling some types of resentment, like it just wasn't the same no more. And then she finally told me she kind of felt rejected, like I should have chose her. I said that earlier. And I just think that's the end. And I gave it to her like as real as I could.
I'm like, whoa, you gave it.
You said what?
Sorry, my mind is somewhere else. Sorry, go ahead.
I gave it to her as real as I could. And at the time, I was a thot at the time, man. And my advice to her was, I mean, you see what I'm going through. My whole life, I tell you everything. Why would you want to insert yourself into that bullshit? Because I'm gonna fuck over you. Like, it might not even be on purpose, but I'm in thought mode right now. So for you to insert yourself into it thinking that you're the one to change me when I'm not trying to change is just diabolical. Like, don't do that. That shit over.
Mm-hmm.
See, I agree 101%. I don't like the feeling of obligation and increased responsibility based off of somebody's emotional change. You know what I'm saying? I can't help that I'm amazing and you will love. What am I supposed to do?
Dope.
What can I do about that? You know what I'm saying? But I think in that kind of situation, because our friends see us in a completely different light. You know what I'm saying? They get the honest truth. They get how and why we treat people the way we do. They get the every emotional part. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can be vulnerable to it because we know that they're gonna receive us in a particular way because they are a friend. You know what I'm saying? So when that shifts, it's because they know the place that they have, and sometimes they misplace themselves. Just like Uriah just said. But see, you see, but it's the navigation on where you're at now compared to where you would be if you had this title of. And I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's very important about that scenario is I'm gonna hurt your feelings without even because I can't accommodate to your feelings. So it's like it's either we try this and your feelings gonna get hurt, or I keep it a buck with you and you're gonna get hurt. And I'd rather keep it a buck with you and deal with your emotion in that state. You're either gonna cut me off, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna realize, okay, man just don't want me. Now we can actually pursue this friendship for real. Or, you know, however it looks after that. But I'd rather keep it a buck and deal with that consequence than to mess this up for real. So, and I hate that. I hate feeling obligated to do anything. And sometimes I feel like when a friend does that, like no matter which sex it is, you tell me your feelings, and because of our friendship, there's like this underlying, like, I have to make a move. No. Dead. Dead.
So as I talked about earlier, I had a friend who was like in love with me, but I've been on both sides of the spectrum. Honestly, I have been the person who fell for my friend before, and I had to take that to the chin, real bad. I remember I liked them so much. I was learning how to change my oil to impress them. I was doing all kinds of crazy stuff that I never would have did, and it sucked because I got dirty. But no, I tried like everything to try to get them to like me, but they didn't like me like that. And ultimately, they end up actually getting married like 2 doors down from me. I cried. I was like, it is supposed to be me. It is. But what it was, what ultimately ended up happening is I was like, you know what? I expressed my feelings and they didn't share those. And ultimately, I'm such a lover that I couldn't step in the way of real love. Because I had listened to them cry about this female for like 3 years. They ended up getting back together and then getting married. And so I was like, you know what? I can't step in the way of real love. So I was okay with being like, you know what? It's okay. Because whoever's for me is going to be unequivocally for me. And so I don't want to push anyone to love me. I want someone who loves me without, you know, that having to push them. Because someone who loves you is going to love you regardless. You don't have to push or poke or prod them. They're going to love you for you without having to be prompted or to even express it. You'll just know. And so I kind of in that moment felt for the person who fell for me because I was like, dang, now I know how that feels. And it was never me trying to hurt their feeling. I just didn't share those feelings. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum. But for me, I just knew that I couldn't, for being on the part where I didn't like them, I knew that I couldn't like cross boundaries as far as like I could never like be flirtatious anyway or make them feel like there's any type of chance. So you have to be really careful. It's a very, it's actually not a blurred line. It's a very clear line you have to set. Like there can be no blurs there. There can be no flirtatious talk or it'll be like, you know, but yeah. Yeah, I've been on both sides. It sucks either way. Either you're the person being hurt or you're the one hurting. I don't, you know, I think it hurt me more to be the person hurting someone else than getting hurt for me. Because I don't like hurting anyone like that.
I got a monkey wrench of a question. Kind of shake it up a little bit. If your friends, like Uriah said, like he had a friend and he was in his thought stage and she wanted to cross over into the relationship standard, right? If she's familiar with your characteristics at your potential time and you did take her seriously, does that not give you permission to continue to act how you are because she knows Where are you at? You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, morally, we all know the answer to that. But if you're dealing with somebody who's in a particular character set, as I think most of us have had that promiscuous time in our lives, you know, that heartbreak that comes, you want to tear the will down. You know what I'm saying? But if you're the friend in that situation and then you want to pursue a relationship with a person who's in that state, is that a pass? You get a pass for the behavior?
What if you're both in your hoe stage? Is that what you're saying?
Well, because only one would be in the whole stage essentially, and then there's one friend who's like, I want to be in a relationship with you.
Well, but wouldn't that would complicate it? Because I'm gonna be honest. There's been times. Dang, I just stepped right into that, didn't it? Okay, fuck, screw it. There's been times where I went there. We was both at a time when we both didn't have nobody, and we was like, you know what? I mean, you're attractive. I'm attractive. But it complicated things because then I put that white bottle of loot up on them, and then they was in love after. So don't ever give 100% if you're gonna sleep with your friend. Okay, you gotta give them at least 40%. Okay, don't give them the whole thing. Don't give them the good. You gotta give them like halfway. You know what I'm saying? Just a tip, just for a second. Don't give them your best, okay? Don't give them your best, because then someone's going to catch the feelings, and that's what's going to end up happening. One of you was going to wake up with the feelings, and it wasn't me.
So. Hey, that's a hashtag for sure.
It wasn't me. Caught me on the counter. Y'all are learning so much tonight. I'm so glad you're all here. All 525 of you. I hate you right now, Preach. I've really just been walking into doors and corners and holes all night. She's like, this is fun. This is so fun right now. Anybody else want to answer that freaking question? Because it's hot in here and I feel like we're in the hot seat again.
Get a little warm, didn't it?
You know what we're going to do? We're going to move on to the next question. If you're just pulling up, I'm so happy because you didn't hear what I just said. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Red Room Tour, where you can find out so much, guys. You can find out what defines the boundaries of a platonic friendship between individuals of the opposite sex. Can a friendship between individuals of the opposite sex last over long term without evolving to a romantic? How does jealousy and insecurity in relationships affect opposite sex friendships, Lord? Can one partner's jealousy disrupt a friendship? And in scenarios where one friend develops romantic feelings, what are the ethical implications and responsibilities of one friend? Blah, blah, blah. I can't stand it here, Lord. An opposite sex friendship can provide a unique opportunity for individuals to engage with and appreciate perspectives and experiences distinct from their own. Though open communication and shared activities, friends of different genders can challenge stereotypes, foster mutual respect, and cultivate empathy. This type of platonic relationship can serve as a positive model for understanding the nuances of gender dynamics, ultimately promoting a more inclusive and balanced view of the opposite gender, free from romantic pressures. So the last question is,
can an opposite sex friendship serve as a positive model for understanding and valuing the opposite gender without romantic involvement? One more again.
Give me that one more time.
Gotcha. Can an opposite sex friendship serve as a positive model for understanding and valuing the opposite gender without romantic involvement?
I would say yes. The friend that I did have for 10 plus years, she found herself comparing all of her relationships to me, which is unfair because a friendship is definitely way different than a relationship. It's way more free, less boundaries, stuff like that. But yeah, it is unfair. But it does happen. Like I said, you have those long-standing relationships with somebody of the opposite sex, and you think you've just been getting it wrong over and over. You're gonna start comparing people to that person that you've been with for a long time. Like, this person has been around. He stuck with me through this, and this, and this, and maybe I need somebody who has the same characteristics as this guy. You know, and so yeah, I definitely can be a model
I kind
for
of
a
want
relationship.
to comment on what he said. That's unfair because it is. Because you think about, you should want that
It
with
is.
your partner. Like you, and I maybe that's why relationships don't last, because we don't have that unfiltered love for the other person. I think we have so many boundaries and rules for a relationship that you don't have with a friendship, and that's why it's so carefree and easy to be a friend than it is a partner. But I'll let you go ahead.
Relationships are way more judgmental to me because I don't know.
Because
Meeting
insecurities
somebody else's
and all that are
expectations.
involved, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you actually got to meet that person's expectations. Like I don't, as a friend, I don't have to do that. I can be me, and you accept me as me, and it should be like that in relationships, but it's not. It's not like that most times. You definitely have to play a role to a certain extent.
Go ahead.
Okay, you want to go next?
I do, but I didn't hear the question good, and I didn't want to make you repeat it.
Of course. Can an opposite sex friendship serve as a positive model for understanding and valuing the opposite gender without romantic involvement?
Yeah, I sort of compared people to my friend that I had for a while, but also like I would have guy friends that would like I would like tell them about like fights that I had, and then they would like help me see the other person's side better also.
I feel like it's kind of a cross reference. Like it depends on how the person is utilizing it as an asset. Like, are you looking at it as a positive way? Because like in the aspect of making sure you're not trying to find a me inside of somebody else, rather than taking the principles and qualities that I have. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that that person carries them. You know what I'm saying? I think as long as there's an understanding in that, then it can be positive. But you have to make sure that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I have a very particular. You'll never find another me. You're not going to find another Uriah. You're not going to find another Jen. You're not going to find another Kit Kat. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can be a witness of how they carry themselves. You have integrity, discipline, obedience. You know what I'm saying? Self-control. These are great things that I would like for a partner. My friend shows me that it exists in a man. I need to see that from a man. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, I agree. You have to be intentional seeing the positivity out of it, not look for the person. So yeah, I think it can be a positive model when done properly.
So, speaking of positivity, preach. He actually doesn't realize he was a big part of why I'm here today by myself. Cause his advice on loving myself really ultimately made me love myself more. I had to like look inside myself and realize that there was things that I needed, and it wasn't against anyone else or even as far as a relationship. But I don't think he realized that his words had as much weight as they did for me, that I realized I wasn't loving me, and so ultimately he in a lot of ways influenced me in a positive manner that made me look at myself. And I remember, because I was so against like affirmations, and I fought him pretty much tooth and nail. There's no romantic involvement. But I remember looking at myself in the mirror and I just cried, like, dang, like, you don't even love yourself, do you? Like, or you wouldn't deal with half of the stuff that you've dealt with. And so he don't realize even just those words, small words. I've spoke to Uriah. I've had, a lot of gentlemen who that have been just friends that have given me advice. Not that I went to them like, hey, I need advice about my relationship, because sometimes I feel like that can be a slippery slope too, because then they ultimately might not like your partner, and sometimes that might be warranted. But I think sometimes that can be a slippery slope. But I mean, just like in general conversations, I've had a longtime friend on here that even would help me see the other person's perspective. Like, you was wrong, Jen. And then I'm like, dang, I mean, never wrong. No, I'm wrong sometimes too, so to have that, and even I can say my brothers. I have 3 brothers. I was the only female. I'm the only girl, so outside of my step siblings. So even them, like they gave me a lot of insight. I remember I was 17 years old, and my brothers sat me down and said, "They men will tell you they love you just to get in your pants," and they just like gave me all this advice, and I was like, "Whoa, I'm scared. I don't want to." I don't want to go out here in these streets. So even just not just friendships, but even like, my brothers, I have a deep friendship with them where I've given them advice with women and they've given me advice with men. I mean, they have a little bit more, history with me, obviously, because they're protective over me. But even male friendships can be like that. I've even the male friendships that I lost along the way of having relationships that have, even since came back around, they were like, I just had to let you, make your choices. And sometimes you have to back off to let someone learn a hard lesson. And so, I think I highly value my male friendships because they give me insight that cause I'm not a man, ultimately, like I have like a little more insight being the only female, with 3 brothers, but I'm not a man. I don't have the male thoughts. I don't know how your brain works. I'm more of an emotional thinker being a female. So I think it's phenomenal to have male friendships that can come to you and be like, hey, and see the opposite side, even if you're wrong. So I definitely see the positivity in having opposite sex friendships as long as you're not crossing any boundaries that shouldn't be crossed. But yeah. So, y'all, and right on time, y'all. Every week we come to this place of positivity, this place of healing, and I do a weekly quote before we wrap it up. And after I do this, I'll let you guys go ahead and reintroduce yourselves and all that jazz, and then we'll play a little ditty, no ditty. But yeah, this week's quote is: "True friendship between the sexes transcends the boundaries of attraction, revealing a profound connection built on mutual respect, understanding, and the celebration of each other's differences. It is these bonds that we discover the beauty of companionship, where platonic love flourishes, reminding us that intimacy isn't solely defined by romance, but by the shared journeys that enrich our lives." Y'all, this has been the Red Room Talk. I appreciate each and every one of you who have popped up, even if you heard things that I didn't want you to hear today, but that's okay! Because this is what we're here for, y'all, to be vulnerable with each other, and this is a safe place. So, yeah. You guys can go ahead and reintroduce yourselves. Y'all, it is 11 o'clock, so that number 1 gifter at the end of when I play the ditty gets a graphic, y'all, this week. So go ahead and reintroduce yourself, Kit Kat, because you are the female, and you get to go first.
My name's Kit Kat. I'm a Libra. I've been back on this app about a month. Why the face?
She's like, I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the beach.
Yeah. I do.
Awesome. We're glad to have you here. And I appreciate you for definitely stepping in tonight. You're a good
Yeah, thank you.
When's your birthday, Kit Kat?
The 25th of September.
Oh, you're right on the end of the cusp. Okay. So you got some Virgo qualities. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Uriah, aka He for the Sheet, so we know you can't stay friends. Go ahead.
I got. Hey, chill out. I'm leaving for the sheets today, though. My name's Uriah. I'm an Aquarius. I like long walks on the beach, basketball and food. Yeah, that's it. I don't really stream that much. You can find me on Christian Mingle. And my shit.
Let me guess, throw that as your prayer circle 69. Me too.
You already know it. Throw that at.
Hey, yo.
Add me.
Okay.
Prayer Circle 69 go crazy. Crazy. All right. My name is Preach, respectfully Prime. You can catch me every Saturday, 10 p.m. Standard Time, right here in the building. I got a show that I just rolled out, second episode will be coming this Wednesday. It's called A Walk Through the Word. It is my form of Bible study, y'all. You're going to get some Jesus when you come to my live. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, my goal is just to motivate, uplift y'all, and I'm not judgmental. This ain't no I'm trying to make convert or do nothing, but I do believe that we can. And I also have no customer policy inside of my life too. I have this thought process that if we could take vulgarities out of our communication, we have a higher probability of healthy and effective communication. We have a lot of below surface conversations, and I believe in that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's me.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm all like, yeah, guys. It's really hard for me to be in his life because I like to cuss. It's hard, but it is possible. It is possible with prayer. Lots of it, Lord. But y'all, I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show. You guys can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. I do have a new show that will be rolling out called Jenny Springer. Yes, it sounds just like it is. Jenny. So y'all better be in the comments hyping me up, y'all. But that will be rolling out soon. So I just need me a bald security guard. So if you know any, hit me up. Also, y'all can catch me late nights and sometimes in the afternoon. I used to have a schedule, but I don't anymore because I'm here for fun. So make sure y'all pull up when you see me hit that blast, y'all. But other than that, y'all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all here tonight, y'all. We are back, and I think we're better. This is Jen and Juice 2.0, y'all. We're going to bring y'all some better episodes, some more content. So if there's anything y'all would like to hear or any topics y'all would like to hear, hit me on Instagram, hit Preach. He's a co-host, so make sure y'all hit one of us of stuff you would like to hear. And make sure you hit everyone here on the panel with a favorito, like a burrito, not now, but right now. And now I'm going to play a little ditty so we can end this video for YouTube.
Don't
And
fave
whoever's
me.
in the
I'm
box,
a
y'all,
troll.
fave him anyways, because he's funny looking. But yeah.
If you need a troll in your live, just inbox me. I will come in there and light your comments up. Just don't block me.
And by the end of this song, whoever's in that top spot will be getting a graphic, y'all. And those top 3 will be recognized. So appreciate each and every one of y'all.
What up, Sam?
Oh. And we're done, y'all. We are done. Oh, Lord. Have mercy on my soul.
Thanks for having me.
That was a bit much, y'all. Let me stop this recording, Lord.